Welcome to Starwatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
Have you ever come across a film that feels less like a simple story and more like a quiet storm, slowly building beneath the surface, waiting to change everything you think you know about cinema itself? That is exactly the kind of anticipation surrounding the upcoming release of The Mermaid, a project that has already begun capturing global attention long before its official debut. What makes this film so compelling is not just its artistic ambition, but the rare and unexpected pairing at its heart, bringing together two remarkably different screen presences whose first collaboration alone has sparked endless curiosity. On one side, we see an actor known for his evolving versatility and emotional precision, and on the other, a celebrated actress whose performances have long been associated with depth, elegance, and international acclaim. Together, they form a contrast that feels almost poetic, as if two different cinematic worlds have quietly collided. What deepens this anticipation even further is the creative vision behind the project, led by a director known for his meticulous storytelling and cinematic restraint. Rather than relying on spectacle, the film appears to embrace subtlety, atmosphere, and emotional layering, inviting audiences into a narrative that unfolds gradually rather than immediately revealing its intentions. Early descriptions suggest a story that does not follow a conventional linear path, but instead connects multiple lives and distant regions through overlapping experiences of longing, temptation, and quiet self-discovery. It is this sense of fragmentation and connection that gives the project its unique identity, positioning it somewhere between intimate human drama and broader philosophical reflection. At the center of this unfolding narrative is a young man living in an isolated and almost otherworldly environment, shaped by silence, endurance, and the slow passage of time. His world, though seemingly simple on the surface, carries emotional weight beneath every gesture and decision. Opposite him stands a character shrouded in mystery, often described through a delicate balance of beauty and distance, someone whose presence feels both grounding and unreachable at the same time. Their interaction does not rely on dramatic confrontation, but rather on quiet emotional shifts, subtle expressions, and the unspoken tension that builds when two very different paths begin to intersect. What makes this dynamic particularly fascinating is how it avoids easy definition. Instead of presenting clear answers or predictable emotional arcs, the film seems to explore uncertainty itself. Every connection feels fragile, every choice carries invisible consequences, and every moment seems to exist between what is said and what remains unspoken. This approach creates a viewing experience that is less about resolution and more about immersion, encouraging the audience to observe rather than simply follow. Behind the scenes, the production has reportedly taken an unusually patient and detail-oriented approach. From carefully selected filming locations to a strong emphasis on natural lighting and realistic textures, every element appears designed to preserve authenticity. There is a noticeable absence of excessive digital enhancement, replaced instead by a commitment to capturing environments and emotions as they exist in their most honest form. This decision alone suggests a creative direction that prioritizes atmosphere over artificiality, allowing the story to breathe within its own visual rhythm. The cast also contributes significantly to this sense of depth. The leading performers bring contrasting energies that, rather than clashing, seem to complement one another in unexpected ways. One performance leans towards restraint and internal reflection, while the other carries a quiet intensity that gradually reveals itself through subtle emotional shifts. Together, they create a dynamic that feels both unpredictable and natural, as though the characters are discovering each other in real time rather than following a predetermined script. As the narrative expands, it introduces additional perspectives from different cultural and geographical backgrounds, weaving together stories that may initially appear unrelated. Yet, as the film progresses, these separate threads begin to echo one another, forming a larger reflection on human experience itself. Themes of choice, memory, and emotional resilience gradually surface, not through exposition, but through lived moments that feel personal and immediate. What is particularly striking is how the film resists the urge to explain everything. Instead, it trusts the audience to engage with ambiguity, to sit with unanswered questions, and to find meaning in subtle emotional cues. This approach may feel unconventional in a world often driven by fast-paced storytelling, but it is precisely this restraint that gives the film its artistic identity. There is also a strong sense that this project is not aiming to simply entertain, but to leave a lingering impression long after the final scene. It invites reflection on the quiet complexities of human connection, the choices we make when faced with uncertainty, and the way different lives can intersect in ways we may never fully understand. Rather than offering closure, it seems to offer perspective. In the end, The Mermaid stands as a reminder that cinema can still be a space for patience, depth, and emotional exploration. It is not defined by spectacle, but by subtlety, not by certainty, but by feeling. And perhaps that is exactly why it has already begun to resonate with audiences even before its release, creating a sense of anticipation that feels both collective and deeply personal. If you have been following stories like this, where cinema meets emotion and artistry blends with human experience, then this is a journey you may not want to miss. Stay connected with Starwatch now as we continue to bring you more updates, insights, and behind-the-scenes perspectives from the world of entertainment. Your support means everything, and being part of this growing community allows us to explore stories that truly matter with depth and care. Thank you for watching and spending your time with us today. If you enjoy content like this, consider subscribing to Starwatch now so you never miss the latest updates. We appreciate every viewer who joins us on this journey, and we look forward to sharing more meaningful stories with you in the future. Until next time, take care and stay inspired.